Today I'm going to be playing with a new digiset which is available now on my website called Dreams, Courage and Bravery, and features this fantastic Victorian looking gentleman. There are some book text elements, some sentiments, there's some vintage style tags, some circle medallions, another sentiment strip, the same image again, this time facing the other way, because I know sometimes we like to do pages either facing in or away from. And on the third sheet we have some tickets, another matching tag, and an 8x8 sized digi burlap sheet that can be used for backgrounds. So that's what I'm going to be using today. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab a piece of the Cairn cardstock from my Junk and Disorderly art journal. So this is my Junk and Disorderly art journal with the denim page background. Yes, it is a proper pocket if you've never seen that. And inside my Junk and Disorderly one, I have a mixture of normal watercolour cardstock, hot pressed watercolour cardstock, and some Cairn craft card. So that's what I'm using from my Junk and Disorderly art journal. This is an 8x8 art journal. So the first thing I'm going to do is start cutting out the elements that I want to use on my page. And I think I'm going to use this image here where he's facing off to that side, my left. Yes, my left. That's my right, that's my left. I almost forgot for a second there. And I'll probably keep him for another day. And I haven't kind of decided just yet what sentiment I'm going to use on the page, but that will probably come later. But first things first, I need to do a little bit of cutting out. Okay, so I've got all of the bits that I need for my art journal. The only ones that I'm not using is the one looking over to the right and those 3 sentiments. I've decided to use 2 different sentiments. I've got that one that says, look at the blank pages before you with courage, apt. And then I've got, may my heart be kind, my mind fierce, and my spirit brave. So that's what I'm going to be using for the page titles and stuff. Now, I've done the ticket. Now, I've already cut this ticket out. Now, I haven't done that by hand. One of the things that I always used to do in art classes or in card making classes when I used to do those, whenever we used tickets like this, we had the corners, and I always used to see people sit and struggle and try and cut round by hand. Well, you don't need to. I've got a circle punch here. This is a small circle punch. Now this is 6/8 of an inch. Is it 6/8 of an inch? I'll have to remeasure that. It doesn't sound about right. Or probably, let's just do it again. 9mm, so that makes it half an inch there, so it's not, is it? It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, no, it can't be 6/8. Oh, good grief, my brain is not working today. Let's start that again. It's 3/8 of an inch, or 6/16. There you go. Brain engage. And all I'm going to do is just pop the ticket in and then line it so I can see where the edge is, and then I'm just going to nibble it off. And that's, you don't have to struggle cutting ticket edges, just use a circle punch. These tiny little circle punches are so easy to get hold of, and if you don't get it exactly right, it doesn't matter because we're going to be grunging up the edges anyway. But don't struggle with a knife trying to get those corners. Just nibble them off with a circle punch. Okay, so I'm going to get to creating now. So those are all the bits I've got. Now on your sheet, if you're printing yours off at 8.5 by 11, these will be 2 inches. If you're resizing and fitting on an A4, the resize automatically should do it at 1 3/4 inches. Yeah, so you're welcome. So again, I've just used a circle punch. Which one did I use? I used the Stampin' Up! 1 3/4 inch circle punch. So that's everything. So again, this is my 8 8x8 journal, and of course it has reduced it down slightly, which is fine. So I'm going to start off with the backing panel. So I'm going to just start working. I'm probably going to put it on fast forward because I probably will just start concentrating and then go silent. But the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to grunge everything up. Now, these have been printed off on my inkjet printer. I printed them off 2 or 3 days ago. So the inks have plenty of time to dry. Now, instead of using lots and lots of matte medium like I would normally, Mod Podge or Collage Page, that kind of stuff, I'm not going to do that today because I want to use water-based inks. So instead of using the Distress Oxides, I've actually dug out a lot of my original Distress inks. So I've got peacock feathers, old paper, tea dye, vintage photo, of course, and I've got rusty hinge. Rusty hinge and peacock feathers for a particular reason, and these other 3 for distressing and making sepia, that kind of thing. So all I need to do now is to start grunging up and dirtying up the edges. So that's what I'm going to do first. So it's out with the vintage photo. That's if it hasn't dried up. Okay, now here's where it starts to get a little bit weird. Now I'm going to bring these back in. Now in this tag, as you can see, there is some really nice kind of bluish writing, and in these there are obviously tones of blue. So I also want to bring in some tones of blue, because these are going in the foreground. I also want to bring some tones of blue into the background as well, which is why I got the peacock feathers out, because I'm now going to start adding just a little bit of blue into there as well. Now, because I've actually added on that rusty hinge, Now, I know there are some yellowy orangey tones in there, so some of this will go a little bit greeny, but that's fine. Okay, so I've just been playing around with the layout and I'm happy with pretty much the way it's going to go, so I can now start putting it together just by using traditional glue. Now again, it doesn't matter what type of glue you use. I'm deliberately not using any matte medium on this one because I don't want the water-based ink to start running and that kind of stuff, so hence the use of spirit-based glue, but you could use PVA or just standard Collage glue sticks if you wanted. Just the standard kind of Pritt or the Ranger triangle one, whichever you fancy. Okay, so I'm now just going to start layering this together. Okay, so my next step is I have a small dinky script stamp. This is from Indigo Blue and it's trying to find the little sheet for it. Hang on a sec. Here it is. It's called Dinky Script. So, and I've got to try and remember which way is up. So I think that way is up. Let me just try it on a bit of scrap. Yes, that way is up. I should really write on the back, shouldn't I? Let's do that. Let's do that. I've got a... this way up. So now I will know in future. And I'm just going to lightly just start adding a little bit of text. Not particularly bothered if it's not perfectly straight, because these days what is? Happy with that. And then I need to do one final thing and then I'm going to be happy. So I've got some white paint here in just a little fine liner bottle. I'm just going to mix a little bit of water with it, and then of course we're going to create some splatters. And that, I think, will do. Now the white paint won't be too stark because I've used water-based inks, so therefore they will react and just blend slightly back into the background. So all I wanted was just to give a few highlights and spots. As you can see, they've already started to disappear. Then I can give that a quick blast with the heat gun. So you can see how those white splatters have already started to disappear into the background where it's reacted with the ink and just faded slightly to give almost that kind of dust moty look into the background. So I can now just add a few little curls, tears maybe, just a little curl in the corner. And I think I'm just about happy to call that a day. Just want to add a date stamp on it. So I haven't used this one for a while, so and what date is it today? It's the 18th, 8/1/18/2017, and I'm just going to grab a dark brown. So this is my potting soil. Make sure that black's off. Perfect. It doesn't matter that it's skew with. It adds to the charm. And then I can just sign it at the bottom. I'm happy with that. So I hope you enjoyed watching me put that art journal page together. I don't do art journal pages very often that don't include paint and modelling paste and that kind of stuff, so it's nice just to be able to put an art journal page together just literally with paper layers and a little bit of collage. So if you did enjoy it, please remember to give the video a thumbs up, share the video with all your friends, and if you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, you can do so by clicking the button at the end of the video. And I'd like to say a huge thank you to all of my angels, because without you, these videos wouldn't be possible. Thank you. That's all from me for now. I'll see you all again real soon. Bye for now.